asalaamaaleykum askan bi topp Star FM si jamono bi di jotee si li nga xamante ne moom mooy Traffic Talk ñu dalalaat leen jaama good afternoon viewers wherever you are following us from. You welcome to Traffic Talk on Star FM and TV. Today we will be discussing more about roundabouts and turning points, but also we will be discussing about launching of drivers union, an association that is about drivers, driving schools rather. And then this is something that we have talked about times without number. So seeing it to happen within our tenure, within a few days or weeks after starting this program, will be something that worth celebrating. In the studios with me is representative from the National Road Authority, a representative from the Transport Union, and representative from the driving school, Front Star as well. I am Kausu Baji, your host. Like I said, the topic for today will be more, we will be discussing about the turning points and roundabout. We will start the introduction with Mr. President, Transport Union. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Baji. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eid Mubarak. It's a pleasure once again to come back and discuss about the traffic issues, particularly road safety awareness campaign. So it's a pleasure with me, my able bosses, and my brother. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sise. Mr. Ba.
Thank you very much, Council, for having me here once again. And Eid Mubarak to all Muslims around the world. It's a pleasure to come back here to discuss more on very, very crucial issues. Thank you.
Mr. Sanyang is the representative of the National Roads Authority. Mr. Sanyang, you're welcome to Traffic Talk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baji. Thank you for having me. I want to welcome everyone and then wishing everyone a nice Eid. I hope you all had a very wonderful time. The Sisakundas are here. I hope they did not do something that was, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. I know. Yes, we will start with the National Roads Authority. When you talk about routes construction design, it's mainly in the Gambia, been coordinated or architected by the National Roads Authority. We know roundabouts are key important points. Turning points are important, but are there anything that you would want to share with the public, the general public, about the importance of roundabouts, more specifically to its relations to road safety? Because we have realized that the Battle Harden Highway is one road that, regardless of it being 3 lane, because of the roundabouts, it has reduced the tendency of risk of drivers and also pedestrians.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baji. This is a very important question. If you look at it, the advent of roads, apart from creating access, it increases traffic, straight off. So because traffic will increase, you expect high risk of people being exposed to accidents and all that. One key thing that roundabouts will always help us, especially in our context in the Gambia, these roundabouts are helping us reduce significantly in terms of speed of drivers. Now, if you look at the few roundabouts we have around, we are able to cope speed. Now, people are coming around with high speed, but when you get to the roundabouts, you have the chance to slow down. You have the chance to slow down and, of course, give way to the next road user that is actually coming on board. And this is very, very important because one of the things that can always happen significantly in terms of road usage is when people's awareness towards the road infrastructure itself is limited, because a lot of times you'll see people having difficulty in going through the roundabout. How do you navigate these roundabouts? Because if you look at every roundabout, you have a crossing point. With or without the roundabout, you'll have to cross. But how do you go through these roundabouts? And I think this is the rightful opportunity that we have here actually to be able to enlighten ourselves and the public as to how do we use these, these roundabouts and of course the pedestrian crossings that we have around our roads.
Still, we will look at the Battle Harden Highway. Almost to every roundabout, there are 2 indicators. Even where the driver is asleep, or probably the driver is a little bit tipsy, There are things to make them up. No, these are natural phenomena. So, and this is also a key factor when it comes to road safety. Is it put there by mistake or by default, or it was put there based on also the calculation of these factors as a way to make the road more friendly and more safe?
You see, Battle Harden is a clear example of a modern road.
Okay.
Wherever you go in the world today, you'll find modern roads, and these modern roads that we have here now, Battle Harden as a case in point, the alert or all the instruments that you see on the road is actually to increase safety for both drivers and pedestrians, cyclists, motorists. Everyone that is a road user has to be safe. Look, we want to get to a point where even our cars are safe on our roads. Okay, clear examples are here. Some videos were going around, in the social media where you had animals having to cross at Senegambia, and drivers were able to give them way.
Absolutely.
This is due to the instruments that we have on the road. Okay, the alerts that you have before reaching the roundabouts, this is not accidental. This is by design, because you need to put up these things to alert the driver. There are several other instruments along the road that will actually alert the driver before reaching actually the
road signs are there.
The road signs are there. So these are all things that actually we are improving, yearly, daily, and over time to ensure that our roads are more safer and safe for everybody that's a road user.
We would ensure that our roads are safer and safe for everybody. Mr. Ba, when it comes to drivers, not every driver goes to driving school, but these are important issues because we will need to know the signs, and not only how to change the gear, not only how to move from one point to another, but how to learn along the roads, as we said on our subsequent programs. The road always communicates to us. There are road signs everywhere. And then Gambia is also among the developing countries beginning to also enter into a generation of highways and main roads, and these are important issues. What is the importance of driving schools to road safety, if there is any vis-a-vis the also modern roads that Gambia is having in the Gambian context?
Thank you very much. As you say, not all drivers pass through the driving schools, but every driver should be more careful on what we have on the road. This should be responsible for every driver to be more focused on the road signs that we have on the road. It doesn't matter whether you have been in driving school or not, but when you cause any accident, they don't care whether you went to driving school or not, but you are a driver. Then one need to be very careful. And as I always tell people, that every road sign you see on the highway is communicating or is telling you something, whether it is trying to command you to do something, whether it is informing you to do something, or whether it is warning you against something. But each and every one of them has a purpose of being there. So, like looking at these modern roads, especially this OIC road that we have here, we started, sometimes when I move, I see a lot of road signs, which I believe that most of our drivers do not know, but it should be their responsibilities to start understanding the purpose of the road signs being there. In the driving school, most of the time, I always tell those people who come, the theoretical aspect is as important as the practical. It's not just I can drive. It's very simple to drive. To move a car from one place to another is simple. But actually, whether you are there, whether you understand why you should drive, whether you understand the commands on the road is very important. That's why in our driving school, we always tell them that it is compulsory for all students to attend theory classes twice a week. At first, it used to be once. But now that we believe and understand how much importance the road signs are, we increase it to twice, in which each and every class you have to go 2 hours theoretical classes to understand road signs. And the other thing is that after knowing these road signs is whether you obey them or not. That's the difficulty that we have. Most of the time people understand or people know the road sign, but they do not obey the instruction that those signs are telling them to do. Especially now we talk of roundabout. When you come to a roundabout in the Gambia here, we understand that it's give right to the left. You give right to the left. So how many people will understand that? And also, before you come, even before reaching to the roundabout, you have signals that are given you. They are telling you, it's either you reduce your speed, either you stop and give away, or either you focus on the person coming to your left. So if we, the drivers on the way, focuses on all these signs and make sure that we implement them, it will be very difficult to have accident. And most of the time, even before reaching the roundabout, we start seeing zebra crossing or pedestrian crossing where you see drivers should actually know what is the reason. Last time I tell you, commonly called as the zebra crossing, whenever you see them on the highway, it is made for the pedestrians. Those are made for the human, those people walking. So immediately you see them, you need to stop and give a way for those people that are crossing. But I have seen something that drivers are doing which actually is not part of the rules of zebra crossing.
That is
just seeing an individual on the crossing, you just give them, immediately they move. Before even completing the crossing, you are on the other side moving. Because immediately they step on that zebra crossing, it is their right. And one can go, why they ask you to stop until they completely leave the zebra crossing
point.
Is one might go up to an extent that up to the middle and realize that I forget something. And that person have the same right to return again.
We will get more into that. These videos that we are seeing is also courtesy of the National Roads Authority, and then these are some of the videos that they will keep equipping us for us also to share with the general public. Mr. President, when it comes to the movement of people from one point to another, at one point in time I said this, I said not everyone who moves a car is a driver. That is one thing that also we need to understand, because there are people that move cars from one point to another, but they're not licensed.
Sure.
But there are also people that probably had just jumped up. My brother had the money, he bought a car, and probably I am the eldest in the compound, and so I just jump up and use the car. I've never been trained how to drive, I've never been tested how to drive, I've never been licensed to drive. But when it comes to people that are registered in your association, these are people that are licensed and they are drivers. How did you see the new routes, but also more specifically the importance of roundabouts in the day-to-day movement of people and goods, more specifically in the Gambian context?
Thank you so much, Mr. Baji. I think this is a very important subject as far as the movement of people and goods are concerned. In terms of our driving context in the Gambia, I think it's an open secret now. People can see their comfort zone, having a certificate called as what I'm a driver. Driving is a professional job.
Absolutely.
It's just like to be a doctor or you are a mechanic, engineer whatsoever. It's a professional job. To drive a vehicle, that's only one aspect. We can say only 1%. But responsibility to be a driver, that is very important. And that is lacking. That's why we are registered in a series of this road crash, because we cannot call them accident anymore. Because it's human errors, we can prevent it and predict it. In that regard, in GTO level, most of the people come and register with their certificates, with their documents, but through the normal context, these people are not qualified for drive a vehicle. So that is a very concern we all.
These are people with certificates.
Yes, all necessary documents, but the qualification is not there.
Okay.
You have a certificate to be a doctor, but you don't know how to treat human being, how to prescribe, drugs. So that is a challenge.
Absolutely.
That is facing a series of challenges. That's why always we have been called, let's go back to the drawing board and start from zero and come forward. We have a new road called OIC highway. We say it's a standard road. Have all figures, traffic figures, road signs. They are all speaking directly or indirectly.
Absolutely.
But how many people know those figures? Absolutely. So they are just a label. What I mean, just
decorative.
But the purpose is not that. So that is affecting the entire country. So that's why this platform is very important. People don't know what is their responsibilities. Even the pedestrians, the way they are using the roads, the other road users, the animals. Sometimes they can even security officers. Because you cannot go to the stopping vehicle in the roundabout and accept their documents inside the pool. These are all challenges. But if you follow the way they design the roads, most of the issues we have been facing, we are not going to face it. But the fact is, we are there, but we don't understand what we're supposed to do. So the fact that the drivers have the biggest responsibility here as a driver.
Okay.
Because vehicles are very heavy, are very fast. The life of people are matters. Somebody's mistake is not supposed to cause his life.
Absolutely.
So most of the time, that's why I'm advising them. This, I see another doing something. It's not common bringing cat eye at the roads. Just to recall you. Yeah. You are in the residential areas. These are dangerous areas. But sometimes you are just there, slowed down. Some people from right side overtaking you in high speed.
Absolutely.
So these are all concerns. So if we are talking about the safety, most of the, if you say safety, people are going to direct to the commercial drivers. But it's everybody.
Absolutely.
Whether you are driving a private or taxi whatsoever.
Or riding a motorbike.
Yes. Yes. And most of these, OIC road, let me tell you, the high number of accidents are all private vehicles. All private vehicles. Sometimes they think even they are above the law. Like sometimes, we're not supposed to use a word, but I can operate anywhere I want. So the fact is, I think we all need to assume our responsibilities. The particular state, they are doing good, bringing good laws, but you try to put measures to see who are the people who are, most of using our roads. What is the responsibility? What is even their visions? Because I remember I went to, some medical tests with some of my members. All of the other drivers I have seen.
Wow. And they renewed their license.
These are all part of the criteria.
Absolutely. I keep saying that.
Yes.
You cannot renew a license for someone whose side is not clear. Or there are people that are restricted to drive at night, but they can drive in the daytime.
No, let me tell you. In fact, I know my eyes are very good, but during my test, I understand. For me, I need glasses.
Yeah.
So I started with people. Your eyes are not good now. But it's just protecting me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But most of the people now, these are challenges. In the early hours of morning or at the latest in the evening, they are not seen proper. But if you visit a medical doctor, he can even advise you, give you some preventive measures, so that will help you. But the fact is, we have a challenge. The challenge is not on the driving vehicle, about the necessary things at the road. What are they telling you? As you say, commanding, informing, and directing you. But most of us, we are not following them.
Absolutely. Most of us are not following them. We will look at one of this video. After watching this video, we will come back and the National Road Authority will also help us, because this was an interview that was conducted at Yundum, towards Airport Johnson. Vehicles turning from Battle Hardin or from OIC Road now to the other side of the OIC Road. It's a turning point, but it's not a roundabout. And let's take a listen of those reacting to that, and then we'll come back to this program. asalaamaaleykum askan bi gannaaw bi nga xamante ne moom mooy programme bi Traffic Talk comme ni ñu ko waxee rek li ko tax a jóg mooy xool li nga xam ne moom mooy kaaraange yoon bi road safety lañ wax kon romba nañ fi nga xamante ne moom mooy Airport Johnson ci li nga xamante ne moom mooy yooni Brikama bi ñu gis foofu consaan ñëw tamit fii si garage bi waxtaan ak li nga xam ne moom mooy chef de garage bi parce que suñ ne driver ne garage suñ ne passenger ne li nga xamante ne moom mooy driver kon ñoom nekk nañ li nga xamante ne moom mooy relevant stakeholders sëñ bi ñu nuyu la nga wax ñu fi nga xamante ne moom mooy fi nekk nii ak tamit laajte bi mooy si li nga xamante ne moom mooy yooni OIC bi nii yoon bi baax na rafet na trop waaye gis nañ cat bi nga xamante ne moom mooy si njeexital yoon bi moto suñ ñëwee foog ñu éggaat si kaw tali bi mooy obstruct ñu jógee ko boori Airport Johnson noonu bu jo boori Airport Yundum di dem Brikama ba also ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo jógee Brikama suñ waree toon tamit war a yutoon dafa mel ni dañoo ñëwaat yutoon te amoon na nu moo gën a demee road safety kaaraange yoon bi mu gën a yokku lan moo si seen observation ak fan lañ nekk nii.
asalaamaaleykum nuyu naa Gambien yëpp góor ak jigéen mag ak ndaw ñëpp nuyu naa sant naa ñëpp gërëm naa ñëpp about si garage boo ñëw si moo nekk Airport Johnson. Airport Johnson daal moom fii ñu ngi ne di góorgóorlu ndànk-ndànk waaye luy problème mooy yoon bi baax na neex na lépp correct na waaye luy problème mooy Johnson bu mag bi because Johnson bu mag bi soo ko seetee bu baax ñu dee jógee ko Costaro comme ça nga bëgg a demaat back to nga jógee ko Costaro bëgg a toonaat dem back to Costaro xam nga foofu yuutoon moo fa nekk di best thing loo xam ne moo ñu mën a dimbale ñun ñëpp foofu dafa waroon a nekk roundabout loolu ku ñëw sax war ngaa xam ne Airport Johnson by right liggéey bi foofu la gars yi am fault foofu mooy fault liggéey bi foofu noonu roundabout la ne nga xam ne ak ñu dee jóge ko Brikama comme ça nga jóge ko Brikama ñëw bëggaat dugaat suñ garage bi direct fu jóori xeer bi nekk xam nga foofu tan il faut nga defa yuutoon loolu yëpp soo gisee moom muy am te moo nekk ne foofu dafa waroon a am tontable su amoon tontable rek da ngaa gën a certain things yi am fa yoo xam ne di nga fa te ñaareel bi mooy su fay truck di koof mostly dafay laal trottoir truck yu bëri seen tànka bi toj na si driver truck yi sax seen bopp ñoom man xam nañ si dara waaw lu ñu gën a mën a dimbale ñun ñëpp daal moo nekk ne nañ try ñi defar foofu noonu mu baax boo xam ne because foofu moo nekk Gambia tey seen international road nit mën na koy wax tey waaw Gambia tey seen yaakaar bi yoon boobu la de waaw fu ñu waxee ne la génnee yoon yi rafet yi si àdduna Gambia foofu lañ yaakaar waaw lu soosee di wax ne ku ne duumoo foofu moo nekk ku ne duumoo Gambia waaw pour ngeen xamee ko noonu jërëjëf yàlla yokk jàmm ji rek yàlla wàccee xéwal yi yàlla bu ñu yàqul àdduna àllaaxira yàlla may ñu fan bu gudd ak wér gu yaram ñu may ñu tam naka lañ ko mën a defaree mu baax waaw Gambie si
dégg na olof waaye Mr. Sanyang, that is an observation. It's a concern generally. In fact, I was driving, and when I saw it, to me, I said, I think this could have been better. As when I was, but also I took the responsibility to ask the people that are there, and they are the day-to-day users of that road, and this is their reaction. If you understand Wolof, that is it. But if you don't understand Wolof, basically they're just raising a concern that it could have been better if there was a roundabout.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Baji. I think my Wolof is quite okay to understand what the guy was saying. You see, this is an interesting part. This is very, very, very interesting. That intersection, currently, what you have there, we cannot say is not suitable for use. It's functioning, it's working. Now, the NRA is we have actually looked at this place, and we've revised it. You will see a proper solution for this place. Okay. But what I want us to actually look at as a people, and of course as drivers in this sense, if you look at the Westfield Mandinaba road, this particular intersection, there are 2 exit points. These exit points, they are not just exits for you to just or for us to just beautify them. These are exit points that are used or that are meant to be used for drivers coming from Costa Road, for instance. This is not something that should happen. Any driver that is doing this kind of a U-turn to go back to Costa Road, you are risking your life and risking other road users' life as well.
Absolutely, there are so many risks.
So you are increasing the vulnerability of everyone that is around you at the point. What is the rightful thing to do? You take the right turning, now you are taking the right exit from the Battle Harden. You take the next exit, and the next exit is right at the edge of the airport junction.
Yeah, at the airport fence.
At the airport fence. That is the one you have opposite the Fita garage. Take the left exit and join the traffic back. If that's too much for you, take the left exit. Join the traffic to Lamen. The next exit is directly at the Ministry of Agriculture entrance. PPS, Plant Protection, whatever service. At that gate over there, that's an exit. So you could easily do an exit, join the traffic again. In this way, you are increasing your safety and the safety of other road users. But you cannot do, if you look at the video, clearly you can see other vehicles, they are coming up to the middle of the exit. Just to let you go. So definitely
much more with bigger trucks, bigger vehicles.
You can imagine.
Their tires are exposed to risk, but they are also exposing all others to extreme risk.
Man foog na at some point, as a people, ñu ngi tollu foo xam ne dañ war a commencer di gis ne roads are not just egg si kaw and drive. They go beyond that. Look, gone are the days when it used to take us 30 minutes from Senegambia to Banjul. Absolutely. Gone are the days. Today, look at how many minutes or how much your travel time has cut. Li mung la won ne amna lu nekk fofu nonu lu la nekk di jappale. And that you need to keep. Lu nekk di def ci Johnson bobu nonu. And with all due respect to the police, I want to encourage the police to actually see how best we can reduce this.
Nekk na lu am solo xam naa ne time duñu ko may. We really wanted to dilate more. But before we come to Mr. Mr. President, sa reaction ci video bi.
Thank you so much. I think waxoon naa lii fii before Mr. Sane ñëw na is engineer but maybe suma opinion dina uti opinion little bit.
Lan nga yow sa opinion?
Yes. Particularly, I think for me, my own point of view, for lu nga ko dafa nekk roundabout. Because intersection boo xam ne is very dafa am solo si movement of the people. Like for example, moto bi na sax dina tane. But truck bi, you don't create anywhere within that zone it's not there because fu mu nekk di wax truck mënu faa toon
su jëlee a right turn you get towards Busumbala
amul fu nga mën a toon
no am na fa truck yi dee toonee mooy truck yu dee asi suuf just at the edge.
You have this is just it's in the trucks. We have a different set of trucks.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Long truck. That's
long vehicle.
I've been driving a truck for 16 years. I'm not from the truck. So I think in based on their engineers, that's the most easier way to decrease or reduce the tendency of the risk.
Okay.
From number 3, yakana NRA as engineers xam na lu ñu war na ko def because su ñu nee seen taat leen bi su ñu indee lu ñoo di ñoo dam moo ñëwaat because they are planning to bring another lane so lane boo fa la war a connected again because that is another service road I think they are talking about engineer aspect but in terms of driving a vehicle public vehicles su nekk roundabout because not only Gambia we see this type of intersection in some countries best way mooy dañ ko def roundabout you can connect people move roundabout but most of the moto yu yuutoon foofu man dama fay yuutoon de man dama ko def try sax
no there's so many risks
dafa bari so I think we discussed in some areas ñu yaakaar naa pare nañ pour change the narrative in another design xam nga ñoo in their experts we are not experts we are laymen we bring our opinions and try to raise it but for me that area moom dëgg is for me is a challenge lu gars yi wax foofu daanu nañ foofu daanu nañ
but mu ne they are working on it.
No, but to be quite honest, moo tax ma ne at the beginning moo tax ma ne leen ne lu fa nekk is functioning. lu fa nekk nekkul ne kenn mënu faa rombaat. is functioning. What we have there moo tax the Mandina ba naka la Westfield Road. moo tax mu amee those exits. te foog ñu use ko. gis nga tool bu ñëw wax noonu trop mënut ko. 6 wheel. mënu fa koof.
absolument
mu delluwaat Costa Road. waaye su demee exit yu ma wax ni mun na faa tool.
romor ko trop moom trop suuf very long vehicle I think
yes nga trop bu suuf su fa ko toon sax su fa toolee you see the impact at the road you like that
xam nga lu fa
so fekkee ne roundabout you will see ba so fekkee ne that cross ton bu muy wax su tënk with the full load mu toon da nga gis impact si nga toon so pour ñu avoid loolu yëpp I think doole ji lu tolloo ak ñun lu tax lu tolloo
di ngeen am solution
Mr. Ba xam naa ne si yoon la ñoo duggee ci li nga xamante ne moom mooy di launching we really wanted to look at these things very important but askan bi xam nañ ne really this program is just there to create a safe environment like we often said in our conclusion the life you save may be yours so tey jii man benn bés dafa romba I saw this on the whole other people also had similar observation but the National Road Authority is also conscious of this and they have actually elaborated more that people in fact had usable ways and this what he mentioned what Mr. Sanyang mentioned are usable exits turn right head to Busumbala and then you take a U-turn and come and exit and then you are safe you make the road safe and probably also make the people that are using the road safer when it comes to the launching driving schools coming together as an association to work on such activities it's something good we really want to see more qualified people driving our roads like I said not everyone who moves a vehicle is a driver but we want to see more qualified driver we want to see not only skills but skills and knowledgeable drivers on our road same association we've did a program where we said coming together might be better you came together and now you're working on the launching how will the launching be
thank you very much just to throw some point on what was discussed at the back but I believe that what he said really makes sense but we need more of sensitization because many people using the road don't know even how to use those exits and their purpose of being there so the National Road Authority with the Gambia Police Force other authorities should make more sensitization to drivers to understand those are possible exits that you can use to join back the road when heading back to Costa Road or Turntable because those are very good points that people can use but the automatic U-turn is very very risky so looking at the Dsag, the Driving Schools Association of the Gambia, this is a new thing that will come up recently to make sure that we unite all driving schools within the country by standardizing them to the same level because we have seen that there are a lot of driving schools that have exit in the country or that are operating in the country but how best to make sure that all of those driving schools operated in the country are on the same standard. It is not a matter of let me just have a driving school let me just charge this price, let me just have customers or not, but whether you are giving them the services, what they're supposed to learn, because it's very important. The driving schools should be saviors. You understand? They should be educators. They should be the one to change the narrative by training more professional drivers. But if you look at it in the other way, whether those driving schools themselves are up to standard,
absolutely,
is the question that each and we should try to find out. Wow.
In the other vocational school, we have a regulatory authority that is NACA. We are under ministries, and they will put up the curriculum, standardizing, and people take based on that and their assessment. Part of this association, would you not only standardizing, but will there be also a mechanism to also put up assessment for the instructors themselves? Yeah,
when we talk of like standardizing, one of these are mechanisms that you are going to use, because when we say that we are putting them up to the same standard, it's trying to make sure that you standardize and put on mechanisms which each and every one of them can join to make sure that you set or you are up to that level or the expected level. And we also believe that capacity building is very important. It's not that I just go, I'm an instructor, but I do not need to develop myself.
Okay.
We need to build the capacity of the instruction themselves.
Absolutely.
The one that you know that they are the one giving the training to the road users, they are the one training those students coming to the driving. They also need to be on standard. They should train them as well, like educating them. It's not like many driving schools. You see driving schools that are operating that do not even give you the theoretical part of roads, where you will teach them road science and so on. They just, you come, go use the traffic, go here, they test you, now you can move a car and go and charge to pay for that.
Yeah, one time I listened to one advert, I said this is suicidal, this guy's school should be stopped. You cannot tell people on an advert that in 2 months, in 3 months I will give you a license. That is so suicidal. So that radio advert was really suicidal.
The driving school association, the body, will be the one regulating all driving schools.
Okay.
Because at the beginning we have consulted. We have wrote to all driving school, they come together, we had a meeting. On that meeting, we were able to come to terms and conditions. And we have a constitution that governs the running of the driving school association, which will be the superior law or the law that every driving school that will be operating will be under the constitution of the driving school association.
When will this launching be, and how is it going to be? How many schools is it going to bring together?
The launching will be on Wednesday, the 18th of this month. And it will be taking place at the Alliance Franco, Westville. And we can say we have up to 9 driving schools that are coming together as a body to make sure that it is launched, and it will be the overall body that will be overseeing all driving schools within the country.
Liggéey télé ak rajo lu si ëpp time la, and then just a summary of what we've discussed in Wolof. I know probably those in the driving schools will understand the English, but some of the students will also need to know that, and then that will also give them an informed decisions whether to go for a driving school that is part of the driving school that is part of the association, or driving school that is not part of the association. Liñ doon waxtaanee am na solo si mbiri launching ni li nga xamante ne moom mooy driving schools yu takko man ko ñëw def benn association rafet na trop, waxtaanee nañ ko fii, wax nañ ne lu war a am la su amee dinañ ci sant borom bi. Lan mooy mébét bi ak kañ na launching bi?
Di ñaax rek mbolo di yëgal askan bi yëpp driving schools yëpp driving schools yu nga xamante ne ñu ngi si Gambie ñoo man ko dooleel seen boppa pour form benn body bu nga xamante ne mooy jël responsibility of driving school yu nekk si Gambie. Lii lu tax ñu def ko mooy ñu gën a dëgëral jàngale bu nga xamante ne di school yi ñu ngi koo def ba nga xamante ne askan wi luñ war a xam wala luñ soxlaa xam dinañ ko xam as far as jàngale muy lañ bugga wala xam-xam lañ bugga ngir naka lañ mun a use yoon yi. So lii dana am si fukki fan ak juróom-ñetti si weer bi mooy aralba buy ñëw bu si topp dana am si Alliance Franco Westville driving school yëpp yu nga xamante ne ñoom manko ñooy doon ñëw loñ bés bi te képp ku nga xamante ne suñ ko loncee dinañ gën a oote ay ndaje di gën a ñaax askan wi di gën a yee si yan driving school lañ recommend yu nga xamante ne askan bi war nañ faa dem pour mun a am xam-xam buñ soxla ngir mun a use yoon yi.
Mr. President, driving school am na solo. It helps to teach the theory. Ndax tamit all drivers yi tamit di ngeen jéem a doof di nga xamante ne moom mooy waxtaan ak driving school si pour ñu dem parce que skills without experience it amounts to nothing. Xam-xam am na solo trop. waaye gis nga even in academics dafa am lu ñoo ooyee qualification ak experience te experience is a significant role léegi nii wax nga fi li nga xamante ne lu am solo la engineer bi su designer yoon bi yaakaar ne lii mun na fa nekk driver bi nga xamante ne long distance driver la long vehicle driver la su xoolee yooyu dina xam ne amaana nii lam génnee te sa présence fii is a clear testimony ndax fas ngeen éni pour lekkaloo ak li nga xam ne moom mooy driving school si pour yéen it once in a while ngeen jël seen old drivers yi dem foofu noonu waxtaan ak xale yi nga xamante ne di upcoming drivers not only li nga xam ne moom mooy dem ak ñëw bi but naka ngaa waxtaanee ak customer naka ngaa waxtaanee ak nit naka ngaa jëfandikoo like what they call human behavior on traffic lu am solo la.
jërëjëf Mr Badji I think loolu am na solo I think bu ma waxtaanaa Mr Badji fii because man dëgg-dëgg li nga wax man driving school dëgg-dëgg lu ma dégg si advice yu ma dégg si rajo ma def ma tiital.
waaw absolutely sometimes
if it is totally contravening our laws. because am na loi yu fi tënk.
absolutely
lu loi amul fenn 3 months 2 years nga am lansin. so su ma déggee nga koy wax nit balaa ngeen am lansin war a man njëkk mun ngaa jàng 1 year doo man.
absolutely
so doo si mën a driver ba bu ma waxtaan Mr Badji fii ma visit office am bi dama very impressive ma jël lu mu nekk def and I think once a week join naa dem classes. ma ngi nekk jàngale nit am yi noonu tamit xanaa ma fekk very qualified trainer Mr Badji from Gambia Police Force jàng naa si. But still, bringing people together is very important. But you know, this is freedom of association. So that's it. The government must want to make the regulation. Your regulation is very good for your members. But if somebody who is not your member, they not just put them under control. Government more in the standard. I keep saying this. This Mr. Ba and his colleagues, they have very good intentions.
Yeah.
But our laws are very weak. You can go and Anthony General Chambers, register association, I'm a driving school, who is overseeing you? That is not there. So those are issues where government needs to be, come up, make sure we take standard. The association we can base on because remember, somebody could have business be, 100 customers a month. Nga in standard munuko fulfill. The fair business association because all is different.
But it's driving. Driving is a profession. It's not a business.
They go mad. Could set a company.
Yeah.
We don't have 100 customers. But the criteria you take, we go fulfill mom. Ngabuka close company. The fair buy association with you, them the whole. So those are issues. So I remember this discussion was known as because I'm a member of the road safety committee and road transport committee. Man driving school No, I think the new review of the NRA Act in Police Act. These are things you bring up. We respect driving school but you don't disagree. You cannot take people and then see those are very cheap issues you don't accept. But to be honest, I'm being invited to Nafanyo, my hall, Munma water here, but they can collaborate. It's about refreshment. About refreshment. Because we see some people they need to go back to school, do new science, new body, new varieties, put you understand.
Absolutely.
So it's our own safety. But soon go buy in the congratulations for that most important. And also I'm urging your colleagues, others let's come and join. Gambia the leadership na Gambia ni. Kunna bugo na leader. If you from association, you are a government because I passed through that decade. I know to be a leader many. There are some people who say from their own associations, so America did not develop government legal. Try to speak in the same language, and the same vision. The same vision be make a makes a mango with national interest. So the government we pass to the state, new agafi. I'm give the courage. We are always open. About safety is our responsibility. We know what can be soon traverse. See Barbie. At least 1 week, see nga refresh them, new information. At least that could help all of us. Congratulations again.
Mr. Sanyang, ñu xool li nga xamantene I don't know whether you're okay with the wall of steel.
Absolutely.
Okay. ñu xool li nga xamantene moom mooy standardization parce que Battle Harden Highway sample la jamono boobu da ngaa dégg ko la ne Gambians yu bëri mënuñoo yóbbu moto outside the Gambia but léegi gis nañ ne li nga xamantene moom mooy yoon bi expose nañu to a lot of li nga xam ne moom mooy exposures am na li nga xamantene moom mooy gis nañ ko si Turningpoints yi but am na benn si programme si concern bi nga xam ne raise nañ ko mooy ne National Road Authority gannaaw bi nga xamantene fix ngeen road signs yooyu noonu unfortunately ñu ne there are people in the Gambia nga xamantene dañ dee diine loolu noonu dem di ko defaree si guerre dañ dee génnee some of those road signs and use it for other things which directly nekkul responsibility National Road Authority but foog nañ ne war nañu mun a amplify our voice to raise more awareness dinañ bugg a bara ngaa dem yow it nga add up your voice on the importance of road signs ak why should the Gambians leave it there because it is for us. Today you are not driving but you might be a passenger. Today you are not driving, tomorrow you might be a driver. Your relatives are driving and they are going to use the road. But in fact, you can even, whilst crossing the road, you are a road user. So, lulu am solo road signs and their importance before you buy.
Thank you very much. Definitely, Mr. Baye. Foog na si luñ waxtaanoon yëpp fii foog na fii moo gën a interesting. Because waa dëkk bi sometimes you don't understand.
Absolutely, sometimes.
Foog naa programme bi tam dinañu may di chance to come around and tell people yoon ñaata la nguur bi dee dépense pour defar yoon. Benn poti peinture bu ñoo gis benn line bu straight ñaata la. Because problème yi moo nekka li nga wax loolu moo fa nekka boo xoolee from jëlee ko Jaataba South Bank jëlee ko Jaataba bi balaa ngaa àgga YBK ñaata luumo moo fa nekk.
Absolutely.
boo jàllee YBK nga dem Lamen Kodo ñaata luumo moo fa nekk ba balaa ngaa agsi Bara and luumo yi is on daily basis ñaata luumo fa nekk luumo yi gën a rëy boo demee Wasu Monday luumo la tey talaata luumo la boo demee Jaareng luumo la Saare Bojo luumo la boo demee samedi Brikama Ba luumo la look road signs yi dañ dem ba nga xamante ni dangaa daw lu sori doo gis road signs te road signs yi moto tampongu ko de moto tampongu ko
Human behavior la.
ñu gis nañ situations yoo xamante ne nit ñi dañoo jël cat eyes yi cat eyes dañoo try fexe ba buddi cat eyes yóbbu ko seen kër yi buddi cat eyes tay ko ci saret bi bis moom mbokki poli la mbokki poli jël ko rek tay ko foofu noonu xëj na léegi ne ñu ne ma sa jotu ko faala am nga boobu affaire masha Allah waaye this is something that is real you know pol si nga gis ku ko dog xam nga boobu ñu ne dañ ko defaree sugeer waaye nga gis koo xamante ni defaree na ko saret you know so lii I think this level of sensitization dinañ ko war a yokka waxtaan mi ñu gën koo yaatal nga gis ne ñëpp ñu am si bénéfice boobu noonu te biir combo bi tamit drivers yi driving schools ñaan naa leen put emphasis si luñ dee ooyee speed limit signs speed limit signs doo mën a gis nit ñi di dox yaa ngee daw 40 50 60 fooy dem boo tampongee suñ street lights yi nga tampong suñ road signs yi nga daw wala buñ la ne nga fay ko 50,000 nga toog fële ne la commencé jooy lii yëpp loo xamante waaye soo ko fa bàyyee you are definitely saving lives Mr Badji su fekkee ne am naa time lii dinañ fi toog ñu waxtaanee ko lu bëri waaye definitely ñu ngee ñaan askan bi ñu ngee gën a remind suñ boppa parce que ñun tam dañ dawal ay moto boot ñu ngee continuer di remind suñ boppa comme boobu fii suñu road signs yi ñu bàyyi lañ fu ñu nekka you know boo wàññee sa speed xëj na doo tampon ba pare boo gisee road sign boo xam ne ñu ngi ko sànni si mbalit bi o si drain si parce que li yëpp dañ ko dee gis baala ñu rek jégal ñu indiwaat ko si kaw tali bi rek xëy na ñun dinañ ko for bu fekkee ne office bi sori na parce que li yëpp mu ngi am si dëkk bi so gërëm naa la trop for this program thank you
thank you very much ñu ñëw ci ki nga xamante ne moom mooy Mr Bah finally looy tàggatoo waxtu xooj nañu wan nañ ma ne li nga xamante ne moom mooy time xooj nañu it's really unfortunate but lii la ñu waxtu mayoon bëggoon nañoo def a final round of li nga xamante ne moom mooy tàggatoo but lii la ñu waxtu may until we come your way next week remain safe drive safe this is Traffic Talk listen to the importance of this program moo tax saa yuñ ko ñëwee we try as much as possible to use different languages pour nit yi understand parce que tey jii the life you save might be yours but drive safe until we come your way next week bye bye